Alright, it is what is it, 9:40, and yep, it is a Thursday, September the 23rd, and I'll tell you what, my sleep is absolute crap. I went to sleep at maybe 2:30 a.m. and that is after a whole week of sleeping kind of late from 11 to 1 a.m. and then waking up at 8:20, which isn't very early. I know some people are crazy and they like waking up at 5:30, not because they have a job, but because they just like waking up that early. Maybe I'll be that guy someday, but not today. Anyway, my sleep was kind of messed up. I did have a trade here and I did make a profit, but I really don't like the way I got there, and I should have traded it a lot better. I felt like sleep deprivation kind of went into this trade, and my reaction time just felt like absolute trash. But a lot of hesitation, very lethargic. But anyway, this is a trade here. I had two entries. One was 9:34, and this was totally fine. 9:34 is a great minute for a lot of these morning panic balance plays. A lot of the nicer ones, maybe I'm being too analytical, but a lot of the nice ones, they tend to work at 9:34. The sketchy ones happen at 9:32. And of course, there's everything else besides that. And so I took an entry again. That was 9:34. That was 322.5 when it was totally trying to bottom here. But when it broke this right here, I didn't cut losses quickly, and I had plenty a time to cut at 321, 320, 319, and that would have been just a very tiny, maybe $6 loss, because I'm trading 200 shares, right? So I totally could have traded this a lot better because I didn't cut it, and I just said, all right, well, it's going to break under. Is it going to break under, or is it going to be a little baby panic and then come back? Sometimes, and a lot of times, it is a little baby panic. It kind of breaks below the level a little, it makes a wick, it comes back, whatever. It also happened that I just happened to be very tired and lethargic, and I just thought, whatever. I'm not trading my entire, account. I'm not putting my entire freaking account in this trade or something. I'm trading just a tiny $600 position. Like, my account is a lot bigger than that. I'm not trading large sizes, but, like sometimes, I don't know, maybe when I'm like 40 and I'm still trading stocks, right? If it's gonna be like that, where, I don't know, this just sounds kind of stupid, but I should have just cut the thing. Maybe, somebody who is a veteran, they don't trade all these little baby intricacies, they think of the big picture, and maybe that was the idea there. But I'm just probably making excuses for being so damn tired and not really cutting it. So I didn't cut it, but then I started watching this and seeing when this thing could potentially bottom. We did have right here, like it wasn't the biggest volume candle yet, but it had that large wick. It got as low as 283, and then my second entry was 938. Was it? How did I get in at 938? Was that? Alright, yeah, I'm telling you, man, my sleep was horrible, but this was kind of hard because, you're judging when it could turn around, and I guess these were the two turnaround candles right here. And no, yeah, I got in at 938. Shit, man, I might just have to go to sleep after this. But yeah, I went in 300 shares, which was a bit larger. Again, this is still, relative to my account size, it's still not a lot, but total, I think this was a $1,500 position, and I went in 300 shares at 305. Well, I guess it was right when that candle opened here at 938. I guess I saw some topping action. Sure, I didn't get like the 290s or something. 280s, even though, oh, okay, wow, you got the very bottom here in the 280s. That would have been kind of sketchy because, it could have kept going down when it was at that point. It held its $3 level, and yeah, I was in at 305. I ended up selling at 319.5, 939 right here, when it was looking like it was going to potentially make a red candle, which it absolutely did. So I sold just under VWAP. Not bad, honestly. You know, it did become a red candle. It did get as low as 307. Now it's at 327 on the ask. It did hit 328, so that's pretty nice. And I don't see why this thing can't come back. A lot of these are really nice morning panic bounce plays when they're still at their highs, because they're just going to turn around and keep uptrending like nothing happened. And this one might be the case, at least for now. 327, that's pretty nice. 328 again. 329 is at the ask. At least it was, not anymore. But so how much did I make or lose? Yeah, I lost actually a small percent loss there, but the way I traded that was trash. Yeah, I sold at 319.5 and my first position was at 322. It would have been better if I just cut losses at 319, avoided this downtrend, right, and then take a buy at 3, right, when it offered that opportunity, or I guess 305. But I'll make an update and see what this one did. And as for the rest, I was in at 305 and I sold at 319. That was just under 5%. With the losses from that first entry of 200 shares, it led to a 2% gain, which isn't, of course, ideal, but that is what it is. As for the other ones, I guess CYBL, I don't really count that as a morning panic balance play. TGGI might be interesting because it's right at its highs and it's trying to break out this level. I was watching ILUS, but this one was starting to trade all weird, so I left that one alone. ISWH was looking a lot nicer. And as for the sketchy ones, AAPT, it did kind of do it, I guess. I don't really like how there isn't like a consistent, nice big volume candle price action like here. That kind of makes it a bit more obvious. Of course, it looks super obvious, you know, after the play out is already, you know, in and out, it's already done, but we didn't have any of that. And then the other one, ICOA, yeah, this one looks horrible. That could be a nice short. And I was thinking about shorting ISWH, but unfortunately I thought it was going to be today. I guess not. It's still not something I can do on Schwab. I can't, my short selling account is not available. And look, this thing even is shortable at Schwab. Could you believe it? So that's what I got right now. I'll make an update later. I might consider this if it makes like a double bottom, lower low. Or maybe I'll just go to sleep too. I might, you know, I might be playing with luck here. Considering it. But again, I never went in all in. I never put all my money in this account. I never was like, you know, I'm tired. I'm trying to do the best. You know, let's just go all in and out. You know, we'll play it extra well. No, none of that craziness. I'll keep watching this, but yeah, that's what I got for right now. Alright, it is 9:54. I feel a little better. I just went out of my room for just a small mental break, but yeah, so even though I would have made and lost the same thing, it would have been a lot better if I had this trade here at what was it, this 322.5 level, right? 322.5 at 9:34. Mind you, I'm not buying this because, oh, it's 9:34, that's a really good time for morning panic balance plays. That's when a lot of my entries are. No, the fact is that it was doing a potential level 2 reversal here, and because it was 9:34, it gave me more conviction. But it wasn't like, oh, 9:34, time to buy. That would be extremely stupid. Although it would be nice if something that stupid could be, you know, something to rely on, something that simple. But it did continue. It would have been nice again if I were to have cut that at 319, and I would have then bought at 305 when it turned around. Or maybe here if I had more sleep in the 296 level, because that was a candle turnaround right there. You can see it closed here and opened here. You know, very hard because it did just have that wick, but that could have been ideal. And then, you know, when I did my sell here at 319, just under VWAP, it would have been the same amount, but I would have traded it a lot better. So I need to try to focus and do that and apply that and learn the lesson. Although I am happy I still had a gain. That entry at 305 was pretty nice, even though it wasn't like the very bottom in terms of when you could have actually have taken a trade. I think that wasn't too bad, anywhere from 3 to 305. It did have this sketchy wick, but you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you should have bought there at the bottom, 286. Well, you don't know if the thing is going to 250. It wasn't until it came back and turned around that, okay, maybe it's turning around now. Makes a big difference. And maybe I can try thinking of the big picture thing. Maybe I can try holding these longer, even if it makes a red candle like it did here. Maybe I could try to consider holding it, because it is kind of rare for it, at least when it trades like this, to just break the low, or at least what I would risk. Yeah, that's that 295 level, because now it's at 331. That's pretty cool. But I feel better now because freaking Tim Sykes went in at 310, probably in this candle at 943. But I guess he has a big picture thing in mind, that the thing gets, well, he doesn't have VWAP, but a lot of these do a nice uptrend. It's trying to continue, but it is with the top at 335. That's all I wanted to say, really. Just wanted to add some more thoughts. ISWH is looking nice because it's trying to break out of this 41 level, kind of rushed to that level, but it could totally do it. I am kind of interested in this one. I totally typed that. TONR, it did do like a little morning panic bounce play. I mean, it got as high as what, 56, or if you're perfect, 58, but I don't like how it's a sub penny stock and it's this low. A move from 46 to 50 is like 10%, so just under 10%. So this thing could be a morning panic bounce play, lower low setup. Maybe I'll just wait and consider it for inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, potential head, and then it makes a shoulder. I might trade that. FERN is right at VWAP, but it wasn't like a quick drop. This one was gradual, although it could turn around here. I got wrecked on BONZ, I think, last week, so I'm probably not that interested in it. Yeah, that's all I got for right now. ISWH could try to break this level, or it might top around and then do it later. Maybe head towards VWAP, hold VWAP, and then do it, or maybe it'll downtrend. I have no clue, but this is another morning panic bounce play example. I have to keep getting better. That's all I got for right now. Just wanted to add some more thoughts. Oh, okay. Look, I just finished that last recording, but now I remembered another thought. The main thought I wanted to say, but of course, with sleep deprivation, wasn't necessarily the first thing that popped in my head. But it would have been fine if I tried the setup here and it broke the level, and I tried to cut losses quickly like I did with that other one. I think it was ISWH, right? It would have been totally fine. Again, it just breaks the level. I try selling maybe at 320, 319, 318. I don't get executed, although in this case I would have had plenty of time to cut losses here. And had that have happened, that I'm not able to cut it and then it has a panic, alright, that sucks. But that's one of the few examples where you just can't cut losses quickly, because it's in the middle of a panic and you just weren't able to get executed. And on top of that, if the stock gets halted, if it has an offering, like stuff that's just out of your control, you can't necessarily cut losses quickly in those cases. It would have been totally fine had that have happened, because then, alright, well, at least I tried, right? But hey, that's why you don't trade a large size, right? You don't put in all your freaking money in the trade, right? Or something dumb like that. You tried, and that would have been fine too, but that clearly wasn't the case. I just didn't do it right then and there, and I need to work on that. I just wanted to add that extra part. I can't believe I forgot it, but at least I just remembered it now. Alright, it is 5:18 and I am here to call it off. I don't want to say everything that I said again. but I should have done a lot better with that ISWH trade. Just that one thing there, and I blame my sleep, but it was also primarily my fault. I could have just had more sleep, so that wouldn't have really been an issue. And again, there is going to be once in a while a situation where you can't really cut losses quickly, but that wasn't really the case here. It's just trying to hold at its highs. It looks like a nice short. I mean, some people just short the freaking first red day. It doesn't always work, but it's way at its highs. I mean, it can still continue, but it is showing some kind of a probability that it might try to top out, especially with that huge wick. TGGI is also just trying to hang there. It's also having a first red day, but yeah, unfortunately, I just can't really short these. Maybe I can short ISWH with E-Trade, but I'd have to really check that. It actually could be a possibility because it is $3, so it's not going to have that $2.50 rule. It's not going to like really hurt the amount that I can short. It might be shortable on E-Trade. I don't know if it's possible. Let's see if this is something I could even short. Let's say in theory I want to short 1,000 shares at $3. I can't short that much. $3.01. Let's see if this is even shortable. Alright, I guess shorting is not allowed, so maybe you can't short OTCs with E-Trade. That might be a thing. I hope that's not a thing. If I can't short OTCs with an E-Trade account, that wouldn't be that nice, but at least I can again trade those OTCs that are not tradable on Schwab, because they can't get their freaking stuff together on which OTC pink stocks have current information or not. FERN is trying to, I guess it was like a tiny breakout over these 2 days, but it's just holding itself. It was looking nice here when it was floating above the VWAP level, but it kind of had this little decline, and I did see it here. I did turn around a little from 37 to 38.9 at its highest. That wasn't that bad, but that was really all that it did. It's just trying to hang on there. ILUS is very similar. This is just consolidation. It's not really uptrending. It's just random dips throughout the day. Very nice move there, and yeah, this is also CYBL. Out of all of them, this one is one that could consolidate for a few more days and maybe try to break past 47, but I mean, trying to guess when the thing is going to top out and start to downtrend is kind of hard. But if I had to guess, if it's anything like the previous pumps, it might take a while. It could be doing something like this, right? And then it makes a move, or maybe it's already at the highs and it's going to try again. It's really hard to tell, where the thing is at, but it is very early in the pattern. Now, is it going to reach its high? Did it peak its already? Did it peak itself? Is it already at its highest price is going to be? Perhaps there's a good chance of that, but how long is it going to stay at its highs? That could be a pretty long time. TUNR keeps uptrending. This is the one I did try to turn around. I don't like it because it's sub penny stock. TGGI is also, again, in theory it would be a nice short setup, but I can't short right now. That's all I got. Just one trade. At least I traded a decent size. I am happy to do that, and it's not like my entire account size. It's still a small position, especially if you consider other day traders. That's all I got.